Hello and welcome back to my workshop. Today I've got a different project. I'm working on this. A nice little Mandalorian helmet. I was asked by a friend to make a helmet for a fan fiction film that they're trying to make. So that's what I'm doing. This one's a little bit more time sensitive, so it's getting pushed forward ahead of my harp project since that's can be done anytime. But we're going to get into that. So let's stick around and we'll see how well I can manage to do this. Just going through all the steps that I need to do. So the first thing first, I need to remove, there's a whole bunch of supports stuck here. So I need to remove all of those. So right here, I got to remove all of it. Then I have to sand down the entire helmet, and then I have to glue this top part here onto the helmet, because basically when it printed, this last little section here didn't print properly. I'm going to show a time lapse of that just to show what happened. But yeah, it didn't print properly, so it came off, and now I had to basically measure how much of the helmet had actually printed. And then just cut off a section in the slicer here to do that last little part, and then just print only that section. This shouldn't cause any issues. Should be pretty easy to fix. Ideally, all I have to do is just glue it on its place. Put some wood filler. That's what I usually do for my 3D prints, is sand it covered in wood filler, sand it again, and then I just go from there. So we're just gonna get started. First up is removing all of these supports. Okay, now this section. Okay, now I just put glue. This, I found this Loctite super glue seems to be the best for my keeping stuck together. Seems to have the best strength. There's something called 3D Gloop that I usually have, but I don't have any right now, so this is what I have to use now. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to stay in place, which it's having trouble doing. Even though I sanded it, I'm gonna weld it, I'm gonna plastic weld it in place. Trying to basically glue this top part to the helmet. The super glue is not working, so I'm waiting for my soldering iron to heat up, but it's not working for some reason. I'm not sure why. It worked just a couple days ago. It's been on and I can touch it perfectly fine. I don't know why it's not heating up. Oh, maybe now. It's hard to tell if it's me heating up with my hand or if it's actually heating up. I think it might just be me holding it. I don't know why it's not working. Let me plug it into a different spot. All right, my soldering iron seems to be dead for some reason. I don't know why. So instead, I've got a really old 3D pen that requires a USB cable. So I'm going to use that and hope that this works. Otherwise, I have to... All right, let's see here. Oh, turning on, okay. This will take a while, so there's not much I can do. This doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to stay in place. So if that means I have to sand more, then so be it. I haven't used this thing in years. I'm amazed it still works. that's why we sand. I see this part here has not been, part here was not filled in properly. So is the spot here. So now I gotta do a bit more. While that heats up, I'm just gonna do a bit more here. All right. Okay, now that this is done, we take the secret weapon. First we get a blower and blow off all the stuff. Now that's done, we do the fun part where we take wood filler and we scrape it over the whole thing and then wait for it to dry. Now, the reason I'm here because the lay lines aren't perfect, and sanding on this, so I just need to go over with and fill the lines, and sanding on multiple lines. The painting process takes days work. One touch, otherwise you're sanding on this. Just up to the not support. All right, so we've got this helmet pretty much filled and sanded. There might be a couple of little spots here and there that could use a tiny bit more sanding, but I'm going to do that off camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it all set up, and then I'm going to paint the first priming filler primer, the first layer of that, and then you sand, prime again, sand again, prime again, sand again, and then ideally after a couple of those, it's all smooth and ready to get the final painting. So let's get started on that. So I forgot to press record again. I painted letting people know that I do have airflow coming in here. I open the doors to make sure that I've got lots of fresh air when I'm painting, so I don't have to, heading off any concerns. But yeah, so I've painted it again. I think this is the last time I need to prime it. It's looking good. Any other painting that I'm going to do is going to be probably with regular paints. I'm still going to sand it a little bit, but I don't think I need to use the filler primer anymore. I can use regular stuff, and that should be good for the majority of the sanding. I mean, I'm still going to have to do a little bit more, but this is the biggest bulk of it's done. So now I get to use higher grit sandpaper and make it look nice and glossy and finished. So I'll be back and do more of that. All right, so I was gonna sand it some more, but looking at it after this first black gloss coat, I actually think it's pretty good. I'm not really seeing any layer lines or any huge imperfections or anything. So I think we'll be good to just paint some other colors on it. So the next layer is supposed to be a gold coat. So we're gonna do that, and we'll keep going. All right, so I've got it ready, and right now I've only got a little bit of gold left, so let's do as much as we can before it runs out. All right, so I got the base little gold layer down there. Let's take it up. It's just a little shiny. I don't want to make it too gold, because otherwise it's just gonna be, but only gold. You won't see anything else, so you can still see the black peeking through there. I need to make some more gold, but it is fairly shiny right now, so I'm happy with that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some purple on it as another base layer, and then gold, because he wants to have gold, purple, red as the layers, and a little bit of silver. So I'll do that next. All right, now I'm going to do the purple. See a nice little coat of purple on there. Nice and shiny, reflective. So we're gonna let that dry and then do some more later. All right, so we're almost getting to the end spot here. Everything's been painted pretty nicely. It's got a cool little metal texture on it. So now all I have to do is tape off sections that I'm gonna be painting with a darker red. I've got a little custom red paint that I made here for this. So what I have to do is just tape off all the sections that I don't want to have red, and then put in a visor. I don't have one on me, so that's gonna be a future problem, but I'm gonna tape it off, paint it, and then I'm done with this project and I'll be uploading this video. All right, so now I need some gold. I don't think I have any back here. I might have to go back in the house where all my paint stuff is. I'll be right back. All right, so I think I figured out why this wasn't working properly. I think the paint I had was too thick. I also think I forgot to hit record earlier, but now it's, at least I think it's coming out. Yeah, it's coming out now. So we're good. So this will go like this. It'll go like this. All right, so now what I need to do is remove tape and tape. Nice. No, don't stick on here. All right. So now, tape off this. This should be a lot easier. All right. All right, so now that we've got this pretty much done, we're just gonna do a little bit of weathering with sandpaper, just to take off some of those sharp edges. Using a 400 grit, just scuffing it up a little bit here and there. All right, so what I've got next here is I've got this, I sent what I had, and the client agreed with me that this helmet had too much gold on it, so I just masked off these red areas here, and I'll use the purple spray paint. I need to put a tiny bit more tape there to prevent that from getting covered, but it should look really nice once that's all done. Yeah, so we're just going to do that, and I'll show you the final part. So I did notice while taking it off, there's a little section here that I didn't mask properly, so I'm gonna have to just quickly do that. Great thing about painting stuff is if you make a mistake, you can always paint it again. There we go. Perfect. All we needed. All right, and now take a look at that. Beautiful. The tape does actually leave a little bit of a texture when you're putting it on this, so that actually is kind of neat. It makes the weathering a little bit easier. You can see like right here, gives a little bit of wear patterns, takes off some of that paint. I did sand majority of this to weather it down. So you can see these edges are all broken down and it looks a lot more worn. I don't know, other than putting the black coat on it, it's really all I need. The purple looks a lot more silver in the reflection of the light, but you can still see it in there. It's pretty nice. I like it. But yeah, that's pretty much all we've got to do now. We wait for the visor to get in. After the visor's in, I will do a black coat. I might do a little spritz with metallic purple, just a little bit light over the whole thing to make it just pop a little bit more. But then visor in and it's done. So be back later when I get that visor in. All right, am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay, good. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm gonna be taking gloss varnish, putting in my airbrush, and spraying the helmet. I somehow managed to forget to record the entire weathering process. I thought I was recording it, but it looks pretty darn great, I think. It looks really nice. So we're just gonna keep moving on and we're just gonna keep going on. I also realized that this video is kind of a record of how quickly my facial hair grows because I shaved directly before I started recording. So nothing important, but I just thought it would be interesting. All right, well, now that I've got some varnish in here, we're just gonna start spraying. All right, that is the first coat, and I'll be back later for the second. All right, this should be the last part of this video. Everything has been nice and varnished, gloss coated, clear coated. So now I have to put these onto the sides of it. So I have to glue those on, and then I have to put the visor on inside. So I'm just gonna go do that. All right, so first things first, I need to decide which is the best way. This way or the other way. Yeah, I like this side, this way better. Glue, super glue. Hopefully this sticks, otherwise I'm gonna have to use epoxy. But super glue doesn't take too long to cure, so that should be hopefully good for now. And then we do the other one. I know you can't see anything, but it's right here in this back. There's a little channel that goes along here for the visor to sit in. All right, so now there's a film on top of it. I did a little shape. I'm gonna cut it out a little bit bigger than it is, and then fit it in, and then we cut to size as we need. These are just regular old scissors. So I know some people do tin snips, but I find those are too unwieldy. Pretty good. One side. I don't have them. All right. So now, put this on the inside. And then fit this in as well as I can to see where it's getting stuck. I'm going to save you the long half hour I spent getting this entire visor in here because it took forever. Basically, all I was doing was cutting a tiny little bit, fitting it in, cutting a tiny bit, fitting it in, doing this over and over again until it finally fit properly. So it was a half hour of that, and you don't need to watch all of that. So I'm just gonna end it here, and we'll see it when it's finished. Oh yeah. Perfect. So that's it for today. It's all done. Everything looks real good. Everything looks really nice. I'll have to glue this in permanently. Maybe not. We could replace it if we don't glue it in permanently. But everything looks really good and everything's finished. So that's it for this video. Follow me next time. I think I should be able to keep going on the harp again. But like, comment, subscribe.